Hi, it's Sadhana. It's Thursday, June 27th, 2018, and the lights are flickering. I thought I would do a new moon reading. Not new moon, sorry, a full moon reading uh, for the full moon in Capricorn. Also, the full moon this month in Vedic astrology is in Mula. So, whatever way we look at the full moon today, it is definitely a time of release. And so, this is going to be a really important process wherever you are in the world to really embrace the energy over the next few days of letting go of something that you haven't released in the past. There may be some forgiveness that needs to be released. There may even be a physical object that you've been clinging on to for a long time that needs to be thrown in the ocean, buried or burnt. So this is going to be a really big karmic shift for you to actually let go of this energetically. So let's see what the cards have to say. I'll do a 9-card reading and we'll have a look kind of at the major themes and also at some of the interactions. So the first card drawn is the Empress. So this is going to be the focal point of today's reading. 8 of Cups is in the recent past. This is a really nice 8 of Cups. So 8 of Cups is the card of really laying it all down, realizing that material things are just that, just stuff. It's about leaving something behind and with your whole heart realizing that it is in your best interest, it is in your higher interest to leave and walk away. So this is in a recent past position, which is definitely carrying through and affecting the Empress at the center of this reading. The near future card is the 6 of Cups. Okay. So this is kind of a different take in this deck. The 6 of Cups. What's interesting in this card is the web. And I talked about the web on my most recent blog post. And, you know, everything in our past, everything in our present is connected energetically through in all directions of time. So when we make little shifts, when we choose to make little shifts, like releasing something on the day of the full moon, it is affecting more than we realize. It is affecting other people. It is affecting other families. It is affecting people who are not connected to us within our kind of small range of thinking and vision. So if we think of the 6 of Cups as a card of nostalgia, as a card of reminiscing, it is so much more than that. So these connections between what we see as a linear past, present, and future is really more like a spiral. So if we can think of time as a spiral or as a web and just realize that how these little shifts that we choose to make really impact all those around us, as well as the environment, the creatures. If you've been noticing anything crazy with the wildlife today, oh my goodness, we had a raccoon, full daylight in our backyard just before I came to work today. A bear this morning woke me up, and I've been seeing snakes. So lots of crazy energy going on. The wildlife is feeling it. So wherever you are, just have a look at that. Another major card, another major card. Okay, so we've got Temperance, the Hermit, and the King of Wands in the super conscious position. I also like to look at this as messages from the angelic realm. So I'll just show you these cards. So this is Temperance. So you can see in this card, she is juggling fire. She also has water streaming behind her. And, you know, Temperance is about alchemy. Temperance is about that making something better. What's the expression? You know the expression. The sum of the two things is better than individually. Directly above the Empress, we have the Hermit. So here's the Hermit card. And then above the Six of Cups, we have the King of Wands. Sorry, I don't have another camera today, so I can't show you a full spread view. So the King of Wands energy, super fiery energy. It's really a call to action in the subconscious position. We have the Maiden of Wands. So she is kitty corner to the King of Wands. That's a really nice line of energy. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, the card of Patience below the Empress. And then the final card, the Six of Wands. Okay, so Six of Wands. 3 wands in 3 of the corners for this reading. So if we look at this reading in as a reading of what do we need to know about this release, and how is this release that we are choosing to make going to kind of shift? Because when we release something, we do it intentionally, hoping, praying that there is going to be a shift in energy, that the shift is going to manifest in our lives to make things easier, that even if we are not aware of how this release is going to affect us, unexpected things might arise. So looking at the 3 cards on the right side, which is, the position of the near future, it's the possibility of how things could happen. So we have the King of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So 2 sixes. And having the Six of Wands in the position of the subconscious, of the things that we don't like to look at, the things we don't want to look at, the things we also may not be aware of. So, we may be discrediting, this potential that we have. There may be some kind of undercutting of our possible success, with the release of this item, or with the release of the feeling, or with this forgiveness. You have the potential to actually, step into a position of balance, into a position of harmony. This card is really nice because it has all of the elements featured on the top. All of the elements are in balance. The Six of Wands are in a lovely geometrical balanced position, shaped much like a lotus. And this is very, in a traditional tarot deck, the Six of Wands definitely is a hero coming home from battle. And the energy here is much more potent than that. This is really a recognition of all that's gone before. And if you are willing to release and let go of this item, the potential for so much happening. There's potential for so much happening. So I would really suggest you take this very seriously over the next couple days, and really, not the couple days, like do it as soon as you can, and let this feeling go. Okay, so the ways you can do that, you can express this to God, you can express this to the skies, you can write this on a piece of paper and you can burn it. You can do this down at the beach. You can do it up on a mountaintop. You can do this in your kitchen sink. It doesn't really matter where you do it. It's the intention and the real sincereness behind your willing to let this go. If it's an object that you need to let go of it, go outside tonight with your flashlight, with your candle, or find, some place where the moon is illuminating the earth, and bury this object or burn this object. If you're near the ocean, go walk down the dock and just throw it away. So the other issues that are wanting to come forward, the issues that may be buried are the sense of patience. So the Empress is a really beautiful energy to have. And if you are a guy looking at this reading and you're looking at the Empress in the center of the reading, remember that this is an energy that we all possess. It is not just feminine energy. It is not just for females. So by embracing your feminine energy, by embracing the softer side, by embracing your joy for being near the ocean, by embracing all that makes you feel nurturing, okay, you are going to be able to move into this place of success. You're going to be able to move into this strength. There's this lovely harmony. I'll get back to that patience card in a second. There's this lovely harmony here between the Empress and the King of Wands. Okay, so in the King of Wands was in the upper right position, and she's in the center, right? So there's this direct connection between these two lights flashing again, okay? So there's a couple of ways we can look at this. And so think about your life, think about your situation, and, you know, whether you are, you know, dreaming of meeting some, you know, sexy, gorgeous, creative, maybe a holistic practitioner, you know, maybe an artist, maybe you are looking to really embrace the energy of the fire, because the King of Wands has totally mastered the suit of fire. He is in control of the suit of fire, and fire is one of the most difficult elements to control. It's one of the most difficult elements to master. It is the home of the Manipura chakra, so the solar plexus chakra, and this is a chakra that is so out of whack with so many people. And so the King of Wands, who has mastered the fire, he's mastered the energy of the solar plexus, is, you know, right within your reach, perhaps as a guide, perhaps as you know, inspiration. So keep an eye out for people that are inspiring you and encouraging you to, you know, really bring balance to this part of your body. So when I look at the three upper cards, as I said, as, you know, messages from the superconscious, messages from the angelic realm. And it's important that we acknowledge these messages, because sometimes we're so busy talking, we're so busy praying, we're so busy asking God for everything. We don't stop and actually listen. Okay, so let's have a look at exactly what the message is from the superconscious, from your angelic realm. And I'm just going to reverse these so you can see these in the order that I'm looking at them. Okay, so we have Temperance, Hermit, and King of Wands. All right. So as I said, Temperance is about really, it is a card of balance. It's a card of recognizing the elements and bringing the very best of what you possess and really kind of bringing it together into balance. So it's really, you know, like the Magician card is about acknowledging all of your tools and making sure that you're using your tools, making sure that you recognize that you have the potential for this incredible magic. And I really see this Temperance, especially this card. She's very active, okay? She's super active in balancing the elements right now. And I really encourage you, you know, if you are, if you're playing with essential oils, if you're looking at making some of your own product in your house, maybe a shift away from chemicals, a shift to a more cleaner environment, that this will be so beneficial in helping you to, you know, the thing about this reading that is really striking me is the unusual nature of this card here. And sitting next to the Empress, she is really, really encouraging you to realize the effects of your actions. The effects of your actions. So if you can remember that in all directions of time, our actions affect. So remember I said the spiral thing, get back into the web thing. So if you think of time just kind of moving out in all directions around you, every single word, every single thought, every act of generosity, every act of kindness. Okay, and then on the contrary, every angry word, um, every time you ignore someone, or you maybe you don't pick up the phone because somebody, you don't have the time to talk to somebody, right? So every inaction, as well as every action, will have a ripple effect in all directions of time. So really be aware of that. Okay. So just in summary here, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 major arcana cards. We have 3 wands cards. We have 2 cups and 1 pentacles. So the element, there's no swords in this reading, which actually I'm kind of happy about, because with the element of swords and with all that's going on in the planets right now, this reading does feel really grounded and really practical. We have only 1 pentacles, but at the same time, I feel a tremendous amount of balance. So my wish for you this day, this next couple of days, as you work toward deciding what it is you are going to release, I really encourage you to take your time. You know, these decisions don't have to be made hastily. You've got today, you've got tonight, right? You've got the next couple of days to really think this through carefully. And the result of your release is so beautiful, okay? So the potential, if you are willing to let this go, these are the 3 cards on the right side of the reading. All of these are super beautiful. So reminding you that your choice of what you're willing to release will affect more than you. It will be supercharged with energy. It's going to bring balance to your solar plexus. It's going to bring balance to the energy of fire around you. Okay? And success. Okay? So success is not always measured. Success can be measured in so many aspects of our life. So let me address the middle line of the reading. So above the Empress, we have the Hermit, and below the Empress, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I really feel that the beauty, the power of the Empress is in her, in your ability to take the time. I mentioned this before. There is no rush in deciding what it is that you're going to release. You need to have some time to reflect on this. And I know this reading is on the day of the full moon, and there is, about 72 hours that you have to really let this object go. But the Hermit sitting here and the 7 of Pentacles are definitely cards of waiting and watching. They're cards of contemplation. They're cards of really taking a moment of silence. Silence has been a big thing that's been coming up over the last few days, and everything I've been reading, everything I've been doing. And so as part of your ceremony, whether it is tonight or tomorrow night, as part of your release ceremony, I really encourage you to do this alone. To do this in the full moon if possible. To do this all by yourself. So to pack up whatever it is you need, to organize your object to release, to organize any other things you're going to take with you, a blanket, your camera, or whatever. But do this alone. There's definitely a sense, there is not a sense of doing this with a group of people. This is very much a personal thing that you need to let go of. And I think the last thing I'll talk about today before I give you a final message is I talked about the 3 wands in the corners. The 4th corner is Temperance. She's also juggling fire. So the Maiden of Wands in the recent past, the King of Wands is above and in the recent future. And this definitely shows a nice progression of the mastery of the element of fire. So I want you to feel confident in your decision that whatever it is that you are burning up, whether you're actually physically burning it or you're burning it up energetically, that this is definitely the right decision for you. Okay? So I'm going to pull one oracle card and then I'll leave you with that today. So this is the matching oracle deck by the same artist, by the same author. Such a beautiful deck of cards. I will put the link below in the description of the video. Okay. Final message today. All right. Two cards want to be looked at. Oh, so sweet. Okay, this is healing. So I'm going to keep this really sweet, okay? Healing. I'm laughing because I did a review of another oracle deck, and I was so touched by the chai card, the cup of tea card, and this is just so much similar energy here. Look at all those beautiful colors coming out of the cup of tea. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that once you have done your release ceremony, share it with a friend. Go have a cup of tea. Go have a cup of coffee. If it's a glass of wine you want to have, go have that. Give yourself permission to go and share what you have done, because this is such a big thing for you, but so very important for your evolution. And then really, really enjoy this cup of tea, because this process for you is big and it is going to take care of more than you realize. So blessings, my friend. Stay well and namaste.